I never quite understood the need to complicate things. Stuff like business jargon doesn't really make any sense to me. It just seems like a big waste of time.
I took an entire course in business jargon in my magical business achievements degree. Anyways, I gotta go. I'm a little bit late.
You gotta go, but we're doing a video here.
Hey, I need to help my client out with a document pertaining to their assignment capsule-based battle rule.
What? Where are you?
Here's a tip. If you want to sound smart, use big words.
Bad Boss Diaries.
Why do businesses feel the need to bedazzle their verbal diarrhea? That's right, bedazzle their verbal diarrhea. Do they think that using big fancy words actually makes them sound smarter? Does it actually make them think that they are above everybody else? You know, business jargon might have worked really well back in the day, when there was no internet and people were really just assumed to be stupid and, cogs. So they could spout off whatever they possibly could using the most fanciest, most irrelevant words possible and get away with it. But hey, guess what? I've got the internet now and I can just go Google all your meaningless bull stuff.
Core competency.
Do you actually know what competence means? It means you're just good enough. You're not great at it, you're not an expert in it, you don't excel at it, you're just good enough. And you based your entire company on this? That's your core? Shouldn't you focus on something that you're good at? I don't know, maybe?
Drinking the Kool-aid.
You're trying to convince me to do something, to buy into whatever cockamamie, crazy-ass idea that you have by feeding me 37-cent sugar water?
Bleeding edge.
Violence. That's the first word that comes to my mind when you say bleeding edge. It makes it sound like whatever you're going to do, for me, is going to require an edge, a sharp edge, probably from a knife, and blood, which usually comes from hurting somebody.
Thinking outside the box.
How did you end up in a box? Is it dark? Can you walk around in it? You do realize that outside that box is probably a bigger box, and you're going to try to think outside of that?
Ducks in a row.
What are you going to do with all those ducks? Have you seen ducks travel in a row? The only time I've seen ducks travel in a row is having a mommy duck and a bunch of baby ducks following it. What are you going to do with baby ducks?
Drill down.
For oil? For water? What are we drilling for? For core samples? You do realize anytime that we bring any sort of machinery into this office, we're going to break something.
Boil the ocean.
One of the dumbest things I have ever heard. You've just boiled my ocean by using the phrase boil the ocean instead of saying wasting time. You do realize that it's one extra word and 3 extra syllables to say boil the ocean instead of wasting time. God!
Giving 110%.
That's logically impossible. 100% encompasses everything. So if you were giving 110% now, then actually before you're only giving 90.91%. So what sounds worse? Your poor math skills or the fact that you're a slacker?
Peel the onion.
You realize that onions make you cry, right? So whatever you say after using that phrase is going to make me cry? I only use onions in the kitchen for food and, I don't know, grade 3 science experiments. What are you using onions for at work?
Win.
When were we competing? In a competition, if you're competing, there's a winner and there's a loser. So are you saying that I'm going to win by losing and you're going to win by winning? That doesn't make any sense. And we're on the same team. So why are we competing against each other? We're just... Oh!
Radar screen.
Am I an airplane? A bat? Even Batman doesn't have a radar screen. And he's Batman.
Take it to the next level.
Since when were we allowed to play video games at work?
Cross-pollination.
You want to do what with me? Do you understand that cross-pollination deals with the fertilization and sexual reproduction of plants? You want to do that with me? Pass.
Synergy. SWAT teams
are used to quell hostile situations, usually comprised of people that are expertly trained to shoot things with guns. So what are we shooting at your strategy meeting?
Bad Boss Diaries.
So that's the end of that video. My voice is very hoarse from literally screaming at my camera. Anyways, if there's any other business jargons that I missed that you think are actually worthwhile to mention, Leave them in the comments section below. Send us a message. Tweet us. There's many ways to contact us, so if you want, send us your most favorite business jargon. Anyways, we've got older videos from the last few weeks here. The subscribe button we'll say is right here, as usual. And what am I missing? Missing something. 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 How long are you going to sit there and watch me say missing something? Click subscribe.